opener making that terrible beep sound? If it is, your backup battery, it's likely shot and you need a new one. But they're hard to find unless you buy the factory OE, which are way overpriced for what they are. Let's dig into this. Full disclosure, this opener is not very old, but the battery is older. When we put this up in the barn, we actually stole the new battery and put it on the opener in the house because we use that for access often and when the power's out. That's how we've ended up with a brand new opener with a shot battery and film. Alright, on this shaft drive model, we've left the film on it because we still have some stuff going on, but super easy to get to the battery on this, and we've left all this extra wire mainly because we sort of threw up the lock mechanism and the control pad. Not really certain if we wanted to keep it there. Certainly didn't anticipate needing to get back in here so soon, but in this unit the battery door is right here and it's just held closed with one screw. You can also use a 1/4 inch nut driver, I think. So there's the battery, and these just sort of slide out. It's pretty easy. You can also see that there's a red indicator light glowing here, certainly indicating fault of some sort. And a pretty good test here is going to be, yeah, we disconnect this thing and it's going to be quiet. Alright, this is an actual original equipment Chamberlain battery. Doesn't really matter what the sticker says when really they're all that brand. The thing about these is that they have them with 2 different size connectors, and they do it on purpose to make them hard to find, hard to shop for. This is like an F1, F2. You won't find much under this model number as far as like a cross reference. You're only going to get an original Chamberlain. Now, I don't have a problem necessarily with this, except for that it's like almost 30 bucks to get one, and these batteries are, you know, very inexpensive. You can get them in all types and sizes, but what I found the easiest thing to do is just measure your size, because it's really all that matters. And if you get, you know, positive, negative, and 12 volts, about any battery that'll fit in there will do the job. The only thing that'll really change is how many cycles you'll get, and our power is usually pretty reliable. When it's out, it's nice that the door goes up, but you know, maybe 4 hours we have spent in the last 5 to 7 years without electricity. So getting a lot of cycles out of the battery is just not something that really matters to me. Getting a few, definitely. Our belt drive model, the access door is under the diffuser, the light diffuser, and that's the unit that this battery came from. So again, we took this one. It's old. I mean, it's it says 2013 on there, so it's crazy. But all I did was measure this. So this is about 3.5 wide. It's about 2 3/4 thick and about 4 inches tall. And there's some units that come in just a touch under here, and I found on Amazon a lot of options. But these connectors will actually connect to many of these other batteries. You can kind of spread them open a little bit and get them to fit. You can cut them off and put a new connector on. There's a lot of options, but really the dimensions are all that matters. If you're able to find these, I think these are like F1, F2. I'm not sure if the bigger one is the F1. I'm sure somebody can let us know in the comments kind of how those are. It could be totally counterintuitive. Maybe the F1 is the small one and the F2 is the big one. I'm not sure. But these are different. There's one of each, and you kind of have to work around that. But the size is really all that matters, and 12 volt. As long as you got both of those, as long as it'll fit in there and it's 12 volts, it'll work. All right, here's our new replacement. It's a Mighty Max, and claims to be a 5 amp hour. ML5-12 is a pretty good replacement for this. And the thing I like about this is that both of my pins are the smaller size. So, let's see if we can do side by side. So the larger connector I have on the opener will plug onto this fine. If I need to give it a little squeeze to tighten it up and pinch this pin a little bit tighter, then we'll do that. But as far as size, we're pretty much right on. It's a touch shorter, but won't matter. If anything, it will help. And it's actually claiming to have more amp hour than this, which I believe this is only a 4.5. I'm sorry, that does say 5 amp hour. I guess the model number there is the DJW12-4.5. I don't know. Certainly the Chamberlain, and again, the unit this came out of was 2013, so we must have put that in as soon as we moved in here to this house. And what is it, 2024? So you're talking about 11 years later, they're still using the exact same battery. This unit has a different brand on it than the previous model, and we don't really care what they want to call it, but it is a 12 volt, 5 amp hour. It's going to fit good, should plug straight up. Really quickly, I guess price we didn't really touch on, so it's clearly going to replace it. This was almost 30 bucks to get one of these, even from Amazon. This thing I think was $16, so it's going to plug right in, work great. 10 bucks less. Non-spillable. That's an important part. It does have to be a non-spillable battery, and you know, I mean, this is a pretty easy direct replacement for these, so we'll probably just throw a link in the description. I don't know if we'll have an affiliate link for this or not, but maybe we will. Help us out. Won't cost you anymore. But in order for these to be mounted sideways, they have to be a non-spillable, and this is. So that's an important part. Can't be using some like flooded power sports battery or something like that that's not designed to be mounted in any orientation besides upright. These can be mounted on their sides, and in this installation is actually, I think the other model is also laying down. So I was going to say maybe the orientation in some openers is different, but I'm guessing that they're always laying them down. And certainly don't own them all or know all of it, how they go in, but it's a crucial part, and we need it for this one, so I'll make sure to point that out. Alright, so on the Chamberlain website, their replacement battery is $54. Now, I never pay MSRP. They're showing dimensions here, though, that must be for the box, because this is the exact model battery and it's clearly not the actual product. So I think that these dimensions for the box, but anyway, they're calling for 54 bucks, so I'll take $16 any day. Alright, installation should just be straightforward. Slides right in. I like to get these pinned on here. So we got a negative and we got a positive. And the opener's happy. We've got a green light. So it's great news. Stop that crazy beeping, and more importantly, it will work if the power is out, which back here is not crucial, but will be nice. So screw back in, tighten it down, and we're done. Hopefully that'll save you some of the frustrations of finding the right battery or a cheaper replacement for your opener. 4 boys out.